talking me out of this. Stop harassing me. You call me again, I'm going to the police. I said not to call.
Wow, nice chatting with you too, Victoria.
Tia, sorry, I thought you were someone else.
Are you mad at this person because they forgot to meet you for drinks like a certain friend did with me?
Oh my God, was that tonight?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Tia. It's just, you know, it's been a crazy couple of days at work.
What, is it the Barrett article?
Yeah, it's complicated. Look, can I call you back when I get things straightened out?
Are you gonna forget?
No. This time it's gonna be for victory drinks.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, ciao.
Bye.
Son of a bitch.
Glad I was free to be your backup plan.
Don't worry, you're never second choice.
Did she say why she couldn't make it?
No, I don't know. I guess she was just working too hard. Anyway, I'm sorry. It must be boring talking about this person you don't even know.
Kidding me? I love this whole my friends are crazy, but you're gonna learn to love them phase.
All right, so how about our backup plan?
Yeah.
We start with some sushi and then see where it goes.
It's a great idea.
All right. Oh my God. Someone call 911!
Hello. Everybody decent?
Hey.
Hey, I'm just bringing back your iron. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks nice. Put it anywhere you want.
How was last night?
Very good. You?
Oh, it's great. Sandy came over, she cooked, overcooked, Cajun style, I guess. And we fell asleep on the couch watching Mob Wives, so yeah.
Domestic bliss.
Absolutely. You didn't stay over last night?
No. We're taking it nice and slow.
Well, I figured now that you're dating someone seriously, you'd want to make hay while the sun's shining, you know?
You a farmer now?
Actually, Turks make excellent farmers. Yeah, it's in my blood. I could snap my fingers and a fig tree would pop right up.
Oh, get out.
Let me do it?
I'd love to see that.
I can do it right now.
Hey, what's up?
Toby, oh my God, I need you to meet me at St. Luke's.
What are you doing in the hospital?
No, it's Victoria. She's hurt.
All right, I'm on my way. Tia's friend's in the hospital. I gotta go. Hey, Tia, what happened?
The police called me this morning. I guess I was down as her emergency contact. She fell from her apartment balcony.
How'd you fall?
They think she jumped.
Hey, so I just spoke with the surgeon. Victoria's broken a number of bones, has some internal bleeding, extensive bruising, and serious head trauma.
Oh my God, will she be okay?
They won't know until they finish operating.
Tia, these are the best doctors in the country. She's in good hands.
Toby, I can't believe that she never tried to kill herself.
Tia, breathe. Breathe.
This was the story she was working on. It was published today.
Who's this guy?
Brad Barrett, self-made millionaire, lives in the lap of luxury. Victoria broke a story about how he exploits foreign workers. Must have been pretty furious when he read it.
What are you saying?
She didn't try to kill herself. Someone tried to kill her. I know it in my gut. She had enemies. Metro won't look into this. Will you?
So you want the IIB to investigate a suicide based on what? A hunch?
It's more than a hunch. It doesn't make sense Victoria would attempt suicide.
Did Victoria suffer from depression?
Not that I know of, no.
Metro pulled this off her computer. You'll probably want to take a look.
It's a suicide note written on her computer? Are you kidding me?
They also found sertraline in her medicine cabinet. It's a probable sign of depression.
Toby.
I was a paramedic. I've seen a lot of suicide notes. They're always handwritten. Because she has sertraline, it doesn't make her suicidal.
Toby.
Tia said Victoria had no history of suicide attempts.
Will you let me finish? This is not a case that would normally fall under our purview, but if you got an instinct about it, go for it. However, if we're going to open a file on it, you got to prove to me it's more than suicide. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Well, I take it Tia didn't know about Victoria's depression.
Just because Victoria was depressed doesn't mean she has to tell everybody.
What about you? Did you get anything?
Well, yeah, if you look at these binders, are all color-coded according to story. But there's a section missing.
It's a bit obsessive.
And I found this. Purple sticky note, BB guilty, Brad Barrett. Purple sticky notes, no purple section.
Maybe it was never here. Hey, Toby, check this out. There's scuff marks on the windowsill here. Could be from when she threw herself out.
Could be from when she was thrown out the window.
There's no definitive proof that this was attempted homicide.
There's no definitive proof it wasn't.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna need a full workup of Victoria's apartment. Yeah. Okay, bye. So Dev checked Victoria's phone records. Guess which hotelier called her 3 times yesterday?
Brad Barrett.
Let's go talk to BB.
Can I help you?
IIB. I need to speak with Mr. Barrett.
I've been staying in the wrong hotels. There's Barrett.
Wait here. Look who he's with. All heavy hitters, Fortune 500, all of them. That's Michael Tillman, the developer. He's a big mover in the Portlands. And that is Jay Levinson, biggest hedge fund manager in town.
What's he doing with Barrett?
Barrett is building a hotel empire, right? For that he needs capital. Levinson has more money than God.
Right.
Sergeant McCluskey, IIB. This is Special Consultant Logan.
Very pleased to meet you. I must ask you to excuse my concierge. She's very protective of me.
No problem. That's quite the group you got there.
Yes, we're just closing a deal on a new hotel. When we're finished, the city will have a hotel experience like which has never been seen before.
That's exciting. We're here to ask you questions about Victoria Chan.
The reporter? What about her?
She fell off of her balcony last night.
Oh, is she all right?
Well, she's in critical condition.
Well, that's terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
She wrote an article about you that was not that flattering. I can imagine you weren't too happy.
Barrett! You can't run, you can't run.
I have ways of dealing with people like you. Miss Chan had an axe to grind. She tried to humiliate me, made accusations, false accusations, that I mistreated the foreign workers on my staff. Now, I'm not saying these are the best jobs in the world, but I assure you, our HR practices are industry standard.
Where were you last night?
I was working late in my office, as always. I was angry with her, but if I wanted revenge, well, that's what I use my lawyers for.
Sorry to interrupt. Brad, we need you back to the table. Investors are getting a little anxious. Can't quite hold a candle to your razzle-dazzle, brother.
We're not quite done here.
Yeah, well, I imagine it can wait.
Actually, it can't.
Okay, well, I'll keep the party going. Let me know when you're done.
I am sorry for Miss Chan. I really am, but I do have some pressing business to attend to. So please come by sometime, have a glass of wine. Oh, there's the wine list and the wine list. Tell the maitre d' that Bradley sent you. And you're a beer man, right? Craft beers for you. Okay, you doing good over here? How is everyone?
Unless secretaries dressed like escorts, he was nowhere near an office last night.
Okay, so the good news is he's lying. The bad news is he has an alibi.
He could have hired someone. I saw him arguing with Victoria.
I'll see if Deb can find anything else out from her computer.
Toby, I reread Victoria's story and something's not right.
What do you mean?
Well, sure, it wasn't flattering, but there was nothing of substance in it. There was nothing in it that would have made her so upset.
You think someone tampered with it?
And knowing Victoria, that would have made her crazy. The person to ask about it would be her editor, Patrick Donovan.
Victoria's the last person I thought would do something like this. Why is IIB investigating an attempted suicide? Unless you suspect otherwise.
It's our understanding that Victoria was upset with the Barrett article.
What she wrote was slanderous. Talked about Barrett sexually harassing his employees, misappropriating funds.
That sounds like a powerful story, like you'd sell a lot of papers.
Yes, but she drew some of her facts from off-the-record conversations. It opened us to litigation, so I had to rewrite it.
How'd she feel about your changes?
Wasn't happy. But conflict between writer and editor is nothing new. Happens 10 times a day around here. You know, Barrett wasn't the first person to have a problem with one of Victoria's exposés.
Are you referring to someone specific?
A man named Jared Luchik. He owned a boutique in Yorkville. Victoria wrote a story about him selling high-end counterfeit clothing.
Did he serve time?
Witness changed her testimony, probably paid off. But the bad press drove away his clientele and he went under. He always blamed Victoria.
Did he harass Victoria?
I'd say so.
Do you know if she told the police?
I hope that's something you can ask her sometime soon.
Thank you for your time.
Sure.
Jared Luchik?
Hey.
IIB. We need to ask you a few questions.
Yeah. Okay. So let me put some pants on.
He was wearing pants.
I'll take this way.
I got this way.
Okay.
Hello again.
Nice pants. So, Mr. Luchik, tell us about Victoria Chan.
That bitch that ruined my business and my marriage?
She wrote about you selling knockoff clothing.
That's lies. All of it.
I take it you didn't like her very much.
Yeah, she ruined my life. I hate her.
Enough to throw her off her balcony?
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
She was found outside her apartment building last night.
Where were you last night, Jared?
I was having a drink at my local.
What time?
Look, I don't remember. It was late. Look, I had a few.
Maybe you don't remember throwing Miss Chan off her balcony either.
Look, ask Muggsy's, all right? They'll tell you.
Oh, we will.
Hey, look, I admit I wanted revenge on her. Hell, I wanted it on that whole newspaper for what they did to me. But I did not do this. You know, most people are murdered by someone they're close to.
Yeah. So, Adam, you a cop now?
I'm just saying, you might want to take a closer look at her personal life.
What do you mean like you did? We're gonna need to see his camera.
So Victoria was having an affair with her editor? How do we know?
Well, luckily, or not, Luchik was stalking them. He was taking photos of them. You're gonna want to check that out.
That puts a new angle on things.
So maybe the argument wasn't just about the article. Maybe their romance was in trouble.
Yeah, I took a look at Victoria's work emails with Donovan. Everything was above board. And then I found her private email account. Pretty spicy stuff.
Okay.
Donovan ended the affair about a week ago, and she was not very happy about it.
Then he rewrote her story on top of it. Might be enough to send her over the edge.
So what, you're going back to the suicide?
Absolutely not. Forensics already confirmed that the laptop was wiped clean of fingerprints.
So someone wrote the suicide note as a cover.
Well, we definitely have a case here. Who had motive? Barrett lied about what he was doing that night.
Maybe Victoria threatened to tell Donovan's wife about the affair, and he decided to get rid of her.
Check out Luchik's alibi. Find out where Donovan is, have a little man-to-man with him. Might be more skeletons in his closet.
Mr. Donovan, your assistant said I'd find you here. It's nice of you to visit Victoria. I understand how you'd be concerned.
She's more than an associate. She's a friend.
Yeah, well, even friends can have problems with each other, can't they?
How could you do this to me?
This is just business!
This isn't about business. This is about you and me. It's about us.
I don't understand.
I should let you know that this is now an investigation into an attempted homicide.
You think someone tried to kill her? What does that have to do with me?
Your affair with the victim is quite relevant.
What are you saying?
We know that you and Victoria were seeing each other. Like a high-pressure job, a married man, a young woman, working closely together, things happen. How'd she act when you broke it off with her?
She was upset. Look, if I thought our relationship was relevant, I would have told you.
Were you at her apartment last night?
I resent that line of questions.
Just answer it.
I was at home with my wife.
Do you know anything about a purple notebook? You seem a little upset.
Look, I came here to see a woman I care about, and you accuse me of trying to... I have to get back to work.
Donovan may have been at home with his wife last night, but at some point he was in Victoria's apartment and he took her binder and files.
But why? Was there something in them about the affair?
Or did it have something to do with the Barrett article?
He's hiding something.
All right, well, see if you can place them at the scene.
All right.
I'll check out surveillance and traffic cams.
And I'll work on a warrant for his home and office. Let's see if anything purple shows up.
Okay, so paper from the editor's office all comes through here. Everything. Guys, we're looking for Victoria's notes. Keep an eye out for anything in purple. You know what? This is the binding. I need all these. I need all these. You know what? Just bring everything. Everything in these bins. Why is it always a crosscut shredder? All right, kids, call home. Call your folks. See if you can sleep over. It's looking like an all-nighter.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you? So is this our new hangout?
Well, I thought if Barrett's involved, I'd immerse myself in his world.
Where's the TV?
Okay. I think I might have something.
What?
I had to look at Victoria's desk at the office.
How'd you get to sneak around her office?
I'm her emergency contact, so they gave me access.
Kidding.
I found this under her keyboard.
TG2BT. What is that? Is that a password?
United Prince fan? It's an acronym.
Okay. Too good to be true. I'm purple. It's interesting.
Compliments to Mr. Barrett.
It's nice to see you here for pleasure rather than business, Mr. Logan. It is for pleasure, I take it.
Actually, I'm here on business. I'm Tia Tremblay. I'm a reporter. Victoria Chan is my friend.
Ah, I see. And how is Victoria?
As good as one can be in a coma. I'd love to ask you a few questions.
Well, of course.
Great. How about now?
Well, I'd love to, but right now I have some investors waiting. But please promise me you'll schedule an appointment with my personal assistant. It's good to see you again. Enjoy the drinks.
Cheers.
Guess he's not in the mood to talk.
He sure lays on the charm, doesn't he? The decor, the atmosphere, it's too good to be true. Thank you for that. Now you can leave the investigating up to IIB.
This is my job. Victoria knew something, and now she's in a coma. Not buying Prince Charming's act one bit.
She's not the only one with a motive, Tia.
What are you talking about?
Why didn't you tell me that Victoria and Donovan were having an affair?
Donovan, her editor?
Yeah.
Because I had no idea.
I thought you knew.
Because I didn't know her as well as I thought.
There you go. Come on, Will. There you go. There you go. What are you doing here?
Thank you. So, a jogger found the body this morning. Donovan's wallet was found in the ravine. Cash and credit cards were missing. He lives like 2 blocks from here, so Metro figures he was out walking his dog and then got mugged.
Somebody wanted it to look that way. There's no sign of a struggle.
If he gave up his valuables, why shoot him?
He was killed for more than his wallet. Something's up here.
2 lovers, one thrown off her balcony, the other one shot in the chest.
Let's talk to his wife.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and there was this scratching sound. It was our dog. He wanted in.
You didn't notice that your husband was gone all night?
Patrick often worked all night in the study. Or he stayed at the office.
He didn't come home often?
Not as often as I would have liked.
You know your husband was having an affair with Victoria Chan.
Yeah, I found out recently. This man came to our door.
Jared Luchik.
He didn't tell me his name. He just gave me some photographs. I confronted Patrick when he came home. It was horrible.
Okay, you know how this looks to us, right? Your husband shot Victoria falling off of her balcony.
Patrick told me everything. I mean, he begged my forgiveness.
That's a really beautiful ring. It looks new. How many carats is that?
3 carats. Patrick went overboard. It was an apology and a promise.
What the hell? How's your arts and crafts project coming?
Well, we've got most of the notebook isolated. Now we're just working on putting together sentence fragments, and once that's finished, the real fun starts. My cursive construction software will tell us exactly what was in Victoria's notes. Guys, come on, pick up the pace. Let's get it together.
So, is our grieving widow a suspect?
Well, I think her grief is genuine. She wanted to work it out.
So did he. He got her a 3-carat apology ring. I spoke to the woman at the jewelry store. It set him back $40,000.
40 grand?
Yeah.
Editors don't make that kind of money. Did we check his financials?
Yeah, nothing was taken from his bank accounts. It was paid for in cold, hard cash.
40K in cash?
Okay, so look, Barrett knows that this negative article is going to be published, right? What can he do to stop it?
You're suggesting that he paid Donovan 40K to rewrite it.
But for that kind of money, you would think the article would be a little bit more flattering.
Well, maybe Victoria had something even more incriminating on Barrett.
Why, do you have something?
Tia found a note in Victoria's office that said Barrett was too good to be true.
Which is maybe why Donovan took Victoria's research. What about our friend, Mr. Luchik?
Well, we know that he showed up at Donovan's house and showed his wife those photos.
What about his alibi for the night that Victoria was pushed?
He arrived at the pub a little after 11.
Well, that would give him plenty of time to show up at her apartment.
Bartender said he came in ranting all the time about how Victoria and her editor ruined his life.
Maybe he tried to ruin theirs. I'll have Metro pick him up again.
So I showed the wife a couple of pictures. Is that a crime?
No, but stalking is.
You hated Patrick, didn't you?
Yeah, I hated him. That bastard printed slander, which I beat in court.
You know, the way we hear it, the victims were paid off.
You wanted to hurt Donovan and Victoria.
Yeah, I did. And the beauty them having the bed sweats for each other meant I could hurt them both at the same time.
You see, the thing about revenge, Jared, is it's never enough.
But ruining his marriage and making him break it off with Victoria, that wasn't enough for you, was it?
So you pushed Victoria off her balcony.
That's crazy. I didn't murder anyone.
And then you shot Donovan in the chest to finish it off.
Okay, whoa. But yeah, I wanted to hurt them. But I didn't want to go to jail. Like, they ruined my life once already. I wasn't gonna let them do it again.
He's twisted, but he's not a murderer.
All right, something else came up. Forensics called. Patrick Donovan was killed with a .22 caliber bullet. Now, according to the gun registry, Barrett owns a .22.
Okay, do we have a warrant?
Ask and you shall receive. Get me something I can use.
Hey.
Toby, it's me. I'm at the hotel. Listen, I've been talking to Barrett's employees. They're all shutting me down.
Well, that's not surprising. Their boss is a suspect in Victoria's fall. Look, Tia, you gotta stay away from Barrett.
Stay away? Are you kidding me?
We're handling the investigation. It'd be a lot safer if you leave it to us.
Toby, I'm a reporter. This is what I do.
You're also too personally involved.
I'm getting answers. Apparently something's wrong with Barrett's finances. Investors are starting to walk away. I think that might be what Victoria's story was really about. Now, listen, you don't want to share information about the case. I respect that, but I won't stop chasing this story.
Tia's all over Barrett. There's something wrong with his finances.
Well, let's find out for ourselves.
It doesn't sound like a business meeting.
You get the password?
Warrant.
Right here. Thank you. Okay.
Shareholders meeting?
I want to speak with my lawyer.
It's probably a good idea.
How's she doing?
The doctors seem hopeful.
How are you?
I just wish there was more I could do. I wish I could help take down whoever did this to her.
We arrested Brad Barrett last night.
You did?
There's some evidence that makes it look like he might be involved. We haven't interrogated him yet. But he might be the kind of guy we can't keep our hands on for too long.
Listen, anything you need, let me know. I'll be happy to help.
Tia, you're doing too much already.
What's that supposed to mean?
You should back off.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
This guy might be responsible for what happened to Victoria and Patrick. This is very dangerous.
This is my job, okay? I've done it for 10 years. I can look after myself.
I don't want you getting hurt for some good scoop.
This isn't about a scoop. This is about a friend that I respect and that I care about who nearly died for this story. So I owe it to her to look into this.
Not if you get killed. Please, Tia, back off. Tia.
I know what I'm doing.
It's a very interesting business meeting that you were having, Mr. Barrett.
You had no legal right to come into that room, so without a warrant, you have nothing.
Well, actually, we did have a warrant. And as we speak, forensics is going over a .22 caliber handgun that we found in your room. Now, that was the same caliber that was used to kill Donovan.
Patrick Donovan. Do you think I'd be so stupid as to keep a murder weapon with me? I keep telling you, I had nothing to do with what happened to him or that reporter.
You paid Donovan to rewrite Victoria's article.
I didn't know such a thing.
It had to be published, otherwise Victoria would have made a stink. You just made sure that it made as little damage as possible.
That is crazy. I have nothing to hide.
So Victoria wasn't going to write about your cocaine and hooker parties?
Are these parties the reason you're beginning to lose investors?
Damn it, Martin. Some investors have unreasonable expectations. They expect double digits or they move on. Can't please everyone. It's all part of the business.
I need a word. Forensics came back. Barrett's gun is not the murder weapon.
Okay.
I can see why Victoria called him too good to be true.
So what, you think she was gonna write about the drugs and prostitutes?
I do.
Well, with or without the gun, we still have enough to hold him until we find out more.
And I got a little read. I think I got the first name of an investor, Martin.
Last name Reynolds. Self-made millionaire who made his fortune in the 90s real estate boom.
Must have a nose for investment.
You think he smelled something bad and pulled out of Barrett's operation?
Maybe he's the missing piece of the puzzle.
Do you think he's a suspect?
He's definitely a person of interest.
I'd say a little more than that.
The arts and crafts project.
Now, from what I've gathered from Victoria's research, Reynolds was a major investor in Barrett's empire. It must have really hurt when he pulled out his capital.
Let's track him down.
Mr. Reynolds, IIB.
I'd like to speak with you about Brad Barrett.
I really don't have time for this. I have a meeting in a few minutes.
Oh, keep it brief.
Please, let's stay warm.
Why did you leave Barrett Properties?
I had some differences with one of the principals.
Barrett?
I can't say.
This is a house of cards, Levinson. You said your piece. Now go.
Levinson.
I won't confirm that it was Levinson, but I won't deny it either.
What was the issue between you and Jay Levinson?
I'm sorry. I've already said too much.
If you're withholding information relevant to this investigation, we can charge you with obstruction.
Levinson manages a hedge fund holding over $500 million. He bought a big stake of Barrett Properties and paid for it in units of his fund. If his fund tanks, then Barrett Properties tumbles like a house of cards.
But his fund didn't tank.
No, quite the opposite.
These figures just don't add up. No fund can perform that well.
In my experience, if something is too good to be true, it probably is.
It wasn't Barrett who was too good to be true, it was Levinson.
Did you tell Victoria Chan about Levinson's investment scheme?
I may have leaked a file or two before I signed my NDA. She was convinced that Barrett was guilty of some financial impropriety, but he was simply oblivious. I said just as much to another journalist, just this morning.
Who's the other journalist?
Tia something.
Tia Tremblay. What did you tell her exactly?
She said she was working her way down a list of investors, looking for dirt on Barrett. She asked me about Levinson, and I said he was worth talking to. I think he was next on her list.
Dev, we need a location for Tia.
Her cell's off, or maybe she's just not taking my phone calls right now.
Okay, I'll triangulate her phone and get her 22.
As quick as you can, Dev.
Hey, guys, I finished my little project, and you're never gonna guess who Victoria's expose was about.
We know. Jay Levinson.
Way to steal my thunder, Michelle. Thank you. But here's something you may not know. Victoria drilled down deeper into Reynolds' suspicions and found out that Levinson's hedge fund was just a giant Ponzi scheme. Now, some of the companies that are investments aren't even real companies. And a high-visibility investor like Barrett's, it makes the whole thing look real.
Okay, so Levinson would have been ruined. He was the one who bribed Donovan to change the story.
Yeah, but that wasn't enough, so he had to tap loose ends. So first goes Victoria, and then Donovan.
Which explains why I didn't read guilt off Barrett. He didn't do it.
We're gonna need Levinson's address.
I already have that. He's staying at a suite in Barrett's hotel.
She could be with Levinson right now.
We don't know that, Toby.
She has no ID. He's the killer.
Hi, I'm Tia Tremblay. I'm a friend and colleague of Victoria Chan. I'm following up on some research she did for a recent article about Brad Barrett. May I come in?
Of course. Always eager to meet with the press.
On Tia, pick up.
Guys, I triangulated Tia's phone. Bad news. She's inside the hotel.
Give me hotel security, please. I'm gonna get them to search the hotel, see if they can find her. Come on. Come on.
You caught me in the middle of a late lunch.
Oh.
Some wine?
No, thank you.
Okay, now I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Miss Chan, but I understand she was quite the journalist.
Is. She's still alive.
Forgive me. Poor choice of words. Did read her piece on Barrett, though. Have to say, more bark than bite.
You know, I agree. I think there was more to that story. I think that Victoria was onto something much bigger.
Really? Be fascinated to hear what grand mystery Victoria was onto.
There are some rumors that some of the investors are dissatisfied.
Dissatisfied with what exactly?
Well, I'm supposed to be asking the questions, Mr. Levinson. Is it true that there's been some dissension among Barrett's investors?
You've been talking to Reynolds.
I can't divulge my sources.
Of course not. But I interrupted you. You were about to share with me what Victoria had uncovered.
You need to come with us. Take us to Levinson.
Still nothing from Tia.
You seem reluctant to share with me.
You seem anxious to know.
Anxious, not anxious, just curious.
I have an emergency.
Really? I haven't answered your questions.
You did, and I have to go. I need to go. Now?
Really? I'm so curious, though. I'd really love to know what was so terribly important to Victoria that she'd throw herself from a 4th floor window.
How'd you know it was the 4th floor? I don't remember that being reported anywhere.
I suppose I found out some other way.
Thank you for speaking to me, Mr. Levinson. I have to go now.
Oh, it's so soon. I think that you and I should just talk a little more.
No.
Thank you. It's Tia.
Drop the knife!
Can't do that.
Put the knife down or I put you down.
I've seen my partner drop people from twice as far away.
Yeah, well, I'm calling her bluff.
You don't want more blood on your hands, Levinson.
What is this? The part where you talked me off the ledge?
We know about Victoria.
You can't buy me off like Patrick.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. You don't know anything.
We know about Patrick Donovan, too. You were waiting for him in Hyde Park. You shot him. And the gun? We found the gun in a garbage at the entrance to the park. It's over. Let her go. Count of 3 or my partner's gonna drop you. 1, 2.
Turn around. On your stomach, now.
You all right?
You fully tackled the guy.
Okay, so what you're saying is you brought a him to
No,
a
no,
knife fight?
Tia was the star of the show. Really, she.
So you brought a Tia to a knife fight?
Yeah.
The gun was recovered from the garbage can. Thank you, Toby, as you predicted. It was a black market piece. The serial numbers were ground off, but a partial print on a chambered bullet matches Levinson's.
Yeah, what's going on with Barrett?
Well, Levinson's account's been frozen. His assets have been seized. As he falls, so goes the whole house of cards. Barrett's empire will tumble.
Couldn't happen to a nicer fellow.
Shame.
And, guys, good job.
You keeping vigil?
Relief is on the way. Her parents have just landed from Shanghai.
How is she?
Well, the surgeon says with intensive therapy, she should recover.
That's great.
Yeah. It'll be a long road, but if anyone can do it, she can. She's a fighter. She heard me.
You feel better?
Yeah, much better, thank you.
Good.
So Toby, this is kind of weird, but you said when you were talking Levinson down, you said something about the gun.
Yeah. What's weird about that?
You knew it was in the garbage.
Yeah, I know the area. It just seemed like the most logical place you to dump the gun.
So You're saying you bluffed?
I bluffed.
That accurately.
I'm that good.
So what do you really do for the IIB? Just bluff? Do you really read faces? Can you tell me what I'm thinking right now?
You want a coffee? Black, 2 sugars?
Not even close. I was thinking that my boyfriend is gonna take me out for a really nice dinner tonight.
See? I'm not that talented.
Oh, no.
Okay.